leather gloves were slapping in hands. Popcorn and peanuts were working the stands. Pink cotton candy, love on a stick, was chasing the beer that circled the lips. Play ball, play ball. Roll up the bases and smack it right over the wall.
Play ball.
Play ball.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the first show of Laughter Saves Lives.
Live!
Wow!
Look at
Here in
that.
2023,
Yes.
we are broadcasting from Paradise Studios
In downtown.
and on Strong Island Television.
Yep.
In downtown Massapequa. That was an Indian, right? Massapequa.
I think so.
One Indian. They named the whole town after one Indian. And it's nice to have Rich Walker back as my co-host.
I am back briefly, and
Happy New Year. Briefly, Richie has stuff to do.
I'm very busy.
Stuff to do.
I am a comedian by trade.
Yes, one of us has to work.
Yes.
But I did do a few shows recently. Had
Yes, you
a
did.
good time. But
Yes.
New Year's and
I know what he wants.
I know what he wants.
This again.
He wants-
Yes.
let's thank our sponsor, Barasch and McGarry, who's on the show tonight. Lawyers for the 9/11
There he
community.
is, and we got him tonight.
We got him tonight. Michael Barasch is on. We're going to talk about some interesting stuff.
Mhm.
New Year's resolutions. I never make New Year's resolutions, but this year I did. And here's my New Year's resolution.
Yes.
I'm going to wear less sweatpants and more jeans. And I'm doing this mostly for Bobby
Terrific.
because he always says when I come in, you look like you just got out of bed. And guess what? I just got out of bed.
Right. Well,
So I
now
am wearing the
you're-
jeans. Can you see them? Tonight for the first show of the new year.
You just went to a whole new level already.
Handsome, bro. I shaved tonight.
It's only the third day in.
How I look? I shaved.
Fourth day in.
Is
You
it already?
Shaved, your
Shaved.
hair's cut,
Mm-hmm.
right? What do you, the new handsome and debonair.
Rich.
Yeah.
I joined the Panera Sip Club.
Oh, I joined it too.
Isn't
Look
it
at that.
great?
It's great. You can just stop anywhere and get. Where's your coffee now?
Well, I'm not a coffee drinker. I'm a unsweetened tea drinker, and I fill the big cup up, and I down it, and then right before I leave, I fill it up again. Now you can only do that once a day, I'm assuming.
No, you every 2 hours you can go back.
This is gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Happy New
now
Year.
I got a little topper.
Who
for
wants
you,
coffee with Johnny L?
But you have to pay for your cup.
Not if they come 2 hours after I'm there.
Oh, right. Look at that.
I'll sit there for 2 hours.
So they sent me an email. Did you get it? To join for the year.
What's
I
the
joined for
deal?
the year, and it's like 17% off. So it's only $9 a month.
Are they charging you $9 a month or for the whole
And
year?
I paid for the whole thing. I said, forget it.
Look at you.
And now I can
Rich.
go in and out of Panera Bread all day long, and give them my phone number. That's as easy as that. Which, oh shoot,
What?
I just said that you give your phone number.
Well,
Like,
nobody knows your phone number.
Yeah, well, you could.
But it's 631-482.
No, but it's a great idea, right?
You like the idea?
It used to be $8.99. Then they raised it to $13.99. What's
Hey, how you doing, Patrick? Happy New Year. One of our biggest fans. We have to have Patrick on the show.
yes.
We missed it. This is a nice show tonight because we wanted to have a whole lot of people on the last show of the year.
Yeah.
And we missed some people. And we're catching up a little bit with John Veith from Fight for Firefighters. They build the ramps for disabled firefighters and their families.
Fantastic.
Of course, our sponsor, Michael Barasch, who does so much good work for firefighters. And I'm sure but I just know him through firefighters. Wonderful, wonderful work. We're going to talk a little bit about that. We got Mary Kennedy on.
Always
From
funny.
LA.
Yeah.
We got to get the other coast, right? The other coast. And we're working on a few things we can't talk about,
Right.
but we're going to have Mary on. And then we're going to close with the very funny Sandy Els. Very, very funny.
Ellers.
Ellers.
Yes.
Ellers. I can't say Ellers. I always say Els. Guess what I'm doing next week?
Pickleball.
No, I'm addicted to pickleball, but I am teaching for the first time the NYPD. 3 classes. I am honored
What?
going to Floyd Bennett Field.
Nice.
Now, here's what was pretty cool.
What town is Floyd Bennett?
It's in Brooklyn.
Okay.
Brooklyn. I know what a Floyd Bennett Field. What used to be an old Army base, Air Force base, whatever it was.
Right.
So the sergeant from the NYPD messaged me. Now, I'm trying to hang in there with, the coolness and still be one of the brothers, but I'm out of it for a while, so I got to fake it a little bit. And he says to me, "Hey, we'll see you at FBF." And I go, "Holy crap." Now I start Googling FBF. Like, what is he talking about?
I don't even know what that is.
All kinds of terms are coming up,
Right.
I don't know, and I'm like, oh my God, it can't mean that. It can't mean that. It can't mean that.
It's something.
So I'm embarrassed now. So I called the guy and I'm talking and I said, "Yeah, all right, we'll see you Monday." He goes, "See you at Floyd Bennett Field, FBF." So I got it. Here's what's cool about it, though.
Yeah.
I missed this. Hey, John, we'll start the class at 1650 hours.
Okay, let me. 16. What is that?
That's 450. 450.
Wow.
So that was pretty cool to get back into
say 1700 hours.
That's 5 o'clock. It's 5 o'clock. Anyway,
10 minutes early.
And I'm doing 2 to ESU and 1 to the bomb squad. So it's going to be an interesting week. Then I'm going to New York State Police, doing a few classes. So I'm getting some work.
What do you teach in these classes?
The reason I teach them is, you know how much you get paid for comedy?
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, it's like quadruple that.
It's
what? Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
What is it you're teaching the fire department?
I teach a device. It's
briefly
about this big. It's a device. It basically tells you unknown solids and liquids. You put a drop on there, and it'll tell you hopefully what it is. So bomb squads use it, drug teams, the military.
And what does it show up in a color?
No, it actually shows up in a word. It'll tell you sugar. It'll tell you, if it can read it. It doesn't read everything, but it's very cool. Great. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
Christmas decorations, front of the house. The dolly wants me to leave them up for a while.
We already took ours down.
See, Christmas. She wants that Christmas feel. I'm going to take down the sleighs and the manger and leave up just the lights for a little while.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I like that.
Yeah.
You know what happens on the first warm days when you have to do it, and if you don't, then it's frozen over.
Yeah, that's this week.
Yeah.
You don't want to take them down. Yeah. All right. So how was your New Year's? What did you worked on New Year's? I didn't work.
I did. Well, I don't know why you didn't work, but
I slept on the couch until 10.
I was at the beautiful Theater 3 in Port Jefferson.
That is a great place to see a show.
2 shows, almost virtually sold out.
Yeah, that's a beautiful theater.
Great.
Port Jefferson.
Yeah.
I did an interesting gig the other night.
What did you do?
Les Negan and I went to, the Paramount at Huntington?
Of course.
Is that one of the largest theaters? Be honest, Tel Aviv is in Long Island.
It is tremendously 675 seats.
Yeah, so Les and I did this little
1,600 seats, maybe.
4 doors down from the Paramount.
Beautiful.
It could fit 8 people.
Nice.
And very...
Well, see, think about this. It's not that you're not doing the Paramount, but you have the overflow.
The overflow.
Right. And
the people who looked at who was performing at the Paramount and went...
Couldn't get in.
Johnny's down the block.
Right.
We had a ball. A bunch of young comics. Like, I was the oldest person. Definitely the oldest comic.
Right.
But one of the oldest people in the room. Very artsy. It was really cool to, like,
what was the name of the place?
The name of the place was not a comedy place, I think it was called. This is not a place for comedy.
Can I just ask you a quick question because we're going to go to our guest in a minute? Yeah. You said you and Les were there?
Yes.
And you were the oldest guy in the room?
This is a nice way of not calling out your friends being older than you.
Did you have to say you
I just wanted to make sure that you said Les was there.
Well, I was trying to be nice. Les is very old, and I was trying not to point that out.
I mean, look at how young and virile he looks now.
Take a look.
With his new shaved look, nice haircut.
Beautiful. I'm going bye-bye. Let's say hi to our guest.
Let's do it. Are we breaking?
Nope.
We don't need to break.
That was perfectly done.
We don't. That's how quick we want him to be.
Nope. All right, let's bring in our first guest. This gentleman is the president. Is he the president?
Yes.
Of Fight for Firefighters. John Veith is here today.
How you doing?
Now, we're bringing back some of our favorite guests from the year. We missed you the last show. We wanted to get you on because I love what you guys do, and we're bonding. Laughter Saves Lives and Five at Firefighters have been bonding all year. Am I right, John?
Yes, you've been helping us all year. You've been raising money for us all year round.
All right, not enough, but we're going to give you more money, and I promise I will stay away from anything you're building. I promise you. I will.
Well,
just
and it's not only that though. You guys are raising money for us, which is really, really helpful and really good, and we need it. But you're also we're also able to get out every once in a while and go see an awesome comedy show. It's been great.
Yeah, you guys have been. Wow, you guys turned up to 2 shows this year. Great audiences. We hope to have you back this year. In fact, the show that's Richie's on, right? Richie's on going to show February. Are you on the February 10th show?
Where is it?
In the Loft? Yes, you are.
Yes.
Yeah. If any of you guys want to come, that's going to be a fun show.
Come.
Yeah, we're in.
The last
That's
few
awesome.
Give us your last 2. Where were they? What type of families? What was going on?
So we built the beginning. Well, I guess what is it? The second week of December, we built a ramp for a 16-year-old girl who was a great softball player. Went away to a tournament, ended up with a weird infection, ended up being a triple amputee.
Oh
Terrible stuff. The daughter of a police sergeant from the NYPD, and so of course we were able to get that done for them, which was nice. And then that same week we went back and a guy from a volunteer from Bethpage actually had ALS, and then we were able to help him and build a ramp for him also.
Well, I didn't realize you guys built the ramps for other than FDNY families. So that's pretty cool. I think you're so busy.
So yes, so we're keeping it to a lot of FDNY families. We'll help out, but like these people also had family with the FDNY, and we were able to help out that way. But the big part with us is that for every ramp that we build, Timmy Klein's dad, Pat Klein, comes now, and he screws in the memorial plaque for Timmy and Steve. So
explain to our viewers who that is.
Well, Steve Pollard was a firefighter in Canarsie who passed away in the line of duty 4 years ago, actually January 6th. So in 2 days we have is the anniversary of that. And then and Timmy Klein passed away in April, who was a board member of ours, who also worked in Canarsie. And so it's really special to us that we're able to keep their name alive by building all these ramps.
Wow, that's so
beautiful.
Cool. And do you have any Richie and I would like to show up at one. Maybe we could serve lunch. We tried to. We worked with another organization it took them 2 hours to make up all the mistakes that we made. Remember that day?
Funny.
You should just do what most people do and go there and just make fun of people. Yeah. It's what firefighters do.
This was the other way around. They were making fun of us.
Yes,
we were in the living room and we're screwing down the screws in the floor. And every contractor there was just standing over our shoulder going, are they leaving soon? Or
are they leaving yet? Can you give us the money and leave?
They're in our way.
They even fed us to leave.
They did. And they fed us like 3 houses away.
Yeah.
Just to lure us, come with us.
We don't want to mess up your ramp, but we do want to show up at one and get the spirit and the love and write a check and maybe buy lunch and all of that.
Awesome. Thank you very much. I really appreciate you having me on.
Always, John. Always. What your website, Facebook page, anything good like that?
Yeah, go to fightforfirefightersfoundation.com is our webpage, and Fight for Firefighters is our Facebook and Instagram. What was that?
54 FOR?
No, Fight for FIGHT for FOR Firefighters is our Facebook page.
Excellent.
And on the website we have all the pictures that we've done. We must have done since April. We must have done 25. We were doing one a week throughout the whole summer and fall pretty much. Just recently it got a little slower, thank goodness, since not so many people need it right away.
Yeah, that's good.
But I'm sure within the next day I'll hear about 3 more.
Yeah,
and we'll get them done. So
you're doing great work, God's work, my friend.
Thank you very much.
Attached to you a little bit.
thank you so much for everything you guys are doing for me.
Thank you for allowing us to do it. John V, Fight for Firefighters.
Yeah. Now that's even hero.
What a nice way to start off the new year. Bam, right? Bam.
It's incredible. And I help out with this show. That's my.
Yeah, you do a little. I don't know if you want to call it help out. You're there.
Well, I'm there. Right.
Somebody's got to be there,
Right.
Rich.
But I don't show.
Are we going to go to break now? Are we going to bring in the big guy? All right, let's go to break. We'll be right back with Michael Barasch.
If you spent time downtown on 9/11 or in the 8 months after, you were exposed to toxic air and may be eligible for compensation from the $10 billion 9/11 Victim Fund. But most people who qualify still haven't claimed what they're entitled to.
I worked downtown. I didn't die. I was an office worker. I felt like there were others who deserved the money more than I did.
A major reason people haven't claimed the money they're due is guilt. They feel guilty claiming funds when others died or were first responders.
I heard there were 9/11 funds, but because I wasn't a first responder, I did not apply.
You do not have to be a first responder to qualify. This fund was created for everyone who worked, lived, or attended school south of Canal Street, who may have experienced or have experienced respiratory illness or any of the 68 cancers linked to the toxins. Even if you have a family history of cancer, there is a presumption linking most cancers to the toxins.
I thought it was too late to make a claim. My spouse worked downtown at a bank and died of cancer. Honestly, I just haven't felt up to it.
The government's $10 billion Victim Fund and Health Program have been permanently extended. You just need to have been below Canal Street on 9/11 or at any time in the following 8 months. To see if you qualify, call or go to 911fund.com to speak to a representative of Barasch and McGarry, lawyers for the 9/11 community.
There are many reasons people who are eligible for compensation are not stepping up to claim it. To those who are holding back, I would say just take the first step. Ask for help. Make the call. It's not too late.
I called and I qualified.
I qualify.
I qualify.
Millions of dollars remain unclaimed. You do not have to be seriously ill to qualify.
And we're back with Rich Walker, Johnny the Rookie left. Same Thursday here at Live Studios. Yes, so our next guest, we are excited to have him back. This gentleman has been a sponsor for a long, long time, supported us, but many, many other organizations, individuals going down to Washington to fight for certain stuff for firefighters. He's been awesome, and he's working on some new stuff. So we're very, very honored to have the big guy on. Michael Barasch is here tonight. That is an intro. Michael, the tie is off. You're ready to go.
Hey, how are you guys? Happy New Year.
All right. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you.
Feels good.
Oh, that's very nice. On 60 Minutes.
Yes, Michael was recently on 60 Minutes. What did you do for the new year quickly? Anything exciting?
I visited my 92-year-old mother in Florida. She recently lost her husband. And to anyone out there who's got a mother, first of all, we're all so lucky at our age to even have a mother or a father. But, it's interesting. She grew up, born in 1931. Her father took care of everything. Then she married my father for 38 years. He took care of everything. Then she met the love of her life, frankly. He took care of her for 30 years. And you know what? She never wrote a check. She never bounced a checkbook. She has no idea how to do anything.
Wow. That's amazing.
It's now become a major responsibility for me. And what? You're pointing to Rich.
Yeah, his wife does everything. His wife does everything.
Yeah.
You know something? This is a great learning lesson for everybody. Make sure that your parent knows how to do stuff. Simple stuff. Because she's such a vulnerable person now. We all hear these horror stories. And this is a great warning to your whole audience. Seriously. Last week, my mother tells me, great news. I saw this doctor and he told me to switch my Medicare supplemental package. So I did. And now my Medicare is, my insurance is free. And I said, Mom, you broke a pelvis 6 months ago. All your physical therapy has been covered. why would you change? And she said, well, a doctor told me to.
No.
And I said, what doctor? She goes, the doctor on TV.
Oh,
I said, Mom, that's not a doctor. That's an actor.
oh no.
It took me an hour to fix it and change it back, but it just shows you how my mother's a bright woman, by the way.
Yeah.
It shows you how scary it is out there. You got to really be careful and watch them.
And every
Thank
word,
you,
as you
Michael,
know.
yeah.
Yep.
I tell you what, Michael, with my wife, it's not going to happen if I go first because I have her do everything. Take out the garbage, do the shopping. Because I say to her, if I go first, you need to do these things. You need to
You know, that's a great idea. I can't wait after this interview to tell my wife to take out the garbage. That's a great idea, John. Thank you for that.
In all seriousness, I would get the same reaction that you would get.
And tell her to get on cleaning up all the holiday decorations this week, like John's doing.
Yeah, right.
That's why I go out, Michael. That's why I go out. Now, tell us a little bit. You were on 60 Minutes.
That is true. I got to tell you, the reason I didn't publicize it is because I really felt like they were going to leave me on the cutting floor because, frankly, they're more interested in this time. I hope you don't mind. I was on with a police officer, a New York City police officer.
Yeah.
He got his Victim Compensation Fund award, his 9/11 award for his terrible breathing problems. But he wasn't going to receive it for many, many months. So he borrowed money from this lending institution. And when I finally got his award from the government, the lending institution charged him 150%. Wow. Crazy. And when I called up to find out, hey, guys, this must be a mistake, the owner of the company said, no. It wasn't a loan. It was a sale and assignment. And I said, what the hell is that? I never heard of that. And, you know, I've been practicing law for 40 years and I never heard of that. So I said, look, if you're going to insist on charging this guy all this money, that's fine. I'll pay you everything. But let me just verify with the Department of Justice that it's okay. And while I'm at it, I'm also going to check with the New York State Attorney General's office just to make sure that it's not usurious. And the guy says to me, are you threatening me? And I said, no, but you don't want me to make a mistake, and I don't want to get you in any trouble. So let's just make sure that it's okay. The next day, I get a call from the New York Post, and they said, Mr. Barasch, we just want to make sure, you know, your comment on the lawsuit. And I said, what lawsuit? And they said, well, you're being sued by this company because you interfered with their contract. They expected you to pay this loan back with all the interest. Mm-hmm. So sure enough, I reported them to the Attorney General's office, to the Department of Justice. They both sued the lending company.
Whoa.
And 3 weeks ago, that case settled. Every first responder who paid any interest is going to get all the interest payments back.
Good.
And most importantly, oh, by the way, you know, the lawsuit against me was dropped, which I was happy about. It never has being sued felt so good because it was the right thing to do to stand up to this giant bank. But also, they are prohibited from ever dealing with or lending money to the 9/11 community, which is important.
Bravo.
So they can't take advantage of us anymore. I mean, I say this all the time. The people in the 9/11 community were victimized once when, if you remember, Christine Todd Whitman assured us all the air was safe to breathe. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yes.
It wasn't so safe.
No.
You know, as a matter of fact, you know, my client, I've told this story before, Jimmy Zadroga, the detective, when they did his autopsy after he died of pulmonary fibrosis, they found ground glass in his lung tissue, as well as asbestos, lead, benzene. If he had it in his lung tissue, we all have it in ours too.
What I always say to people is, when I was down there on the 11th, on the pile, I didn't see a phone. I didn't see a computer screen. I didn't see any of that. It was all in the air.
Yeah. And we were breathing it with no respiratory protection. Remember, they told us return to work, return to your school. You know how many students I represent, former students with cancers? They're 28 years old with breast cancer. And to your men out there, I say, please don't be a pussy. Get your prostate checked. I have prostate cancer, and the only reason I know it is because I went for a PSA blood test. Thank God I did. So I'm going to be fine. I'm not going to die of prostate cancer. I'll definitely die. That's for sure, but not of prostate cancer. But I urge all your listeners, all your viewers, please go for an annual skin checkup. I don't care, that you say, it's in my family. No. There's a presumption linking skin cancer, prostate cancer, breast cancer, and 68 other cancers to the 9/11 toxins. And even African American and dark-skinned people can get skin cancer. It's the most common cancer. Prostate cancer is number 2. Breast cancer is number 3. Please be each other's advocates. Don't be victimized again.
Do you think there's still a number of people out there who still haven't applied for that?
Oh my God, John. Look, we know from the World Trade Center Health Program, the free nationwide World Trade Center Health Program, that over 80% of the firefighters and cops have enrolled. That's wonderful. The unions have done a great job educating them about the free health program and the victim compensation fund. But less than 10% of the civilians are enrolled. They were breathing the same toxins,
right?
No doubt getting the same illnesses and dying from the same illnesses. They just don't know. Or as my commercial, which you showed, explains, by the doctor, they feel guilty. They don't want to take money away from firefighters and cops. Well, I assure you, there's plenty of money available. Congress permanently extended both programs and fully funded them. So please take advantage. You don't have to use me, but protect yourself and protect your families and sign up for these programs.
Beautiful.
Amen.
Give me one case, of course, no names, of course, but give me a case of somebody that you found that they didn't know about the program and then they found out and they benefited from it.
Oh my God. I'm signing up over 200 cases a week.
Still?
Mostly, it's about half responders and half civilians.
Wow.
And of the civilians in particular, the most common reasons are either they didn't know that they were eligible, they thought it was only for firefighters and cops,
right?
Or they felt guilty and they didn't want to take away. And, once you tell them that the fund is, Congress fully, look, the government did the wrong thing when the EPA lied about the quality of the air because they wanted to reopen Wall Street and show our enemies, hey, how resilient we are. We're back to work.
Right.
But they did the right thing 11 years later when they passed the Zedroga Health and Compensation Act. And then they did the right thing. Thank you very much, Jon Stewart and the unions, for convincing these congressmen to do this right thing. But then they permanently extended these programs and fully funded them. But every single day, John, that's a great question you ask. Every day I have office workers, students, teachers, and even some widows calling me up saying, my husband died 8 years ago. Someone told me to call you because they said I might be eligible. My husband died of lung cancer, but he was a smoker. Does that matter? No, it doesn't matter. She's eligible. I was able to get her $750,000. And you know what? Forget the amount. The important thing is she got financial security.
Right.
She didn't have to lose her home. Her husband had no life insurance because John, you were down there. I don't know what your physical problems are, but if you have
become a member with diabetes, a lot of sugar he eats.
Stupidity.
No, well, stupidity I can't fix, and diabetes has not yet been linked to the toxic dust.
No money.
But I did have, as you know, you're not going to tell our viewers, but I'll tell. I did have the little lump on the side of my head that was determined to be cancerous and linked to 9/11. And with your assistance, I was taken care of and continue to be taken care of under the World Trade Center program.
And the great news is, and of course, I would have never have told anybody that I was your attorney, but the great news is, unlike regular, I represent a ton of firefighters when they have accidents in the line of duty. When I settle their case, they can't come back to court 7 years later when their doctor says, hey, you need another surgery. Once you settle a case, it's over forever. But not so with the 9/11 Victim Compensation Fund. So if you got money for your skin cancer, and again, there's a presumption linking 68 cancers, even if you have a family history or you smoke cigarettes. But if you got some money for an injury and then years later, God forbid, you get another of the 68 cancers, you can amend your claim and get more compensation. And God forbid you ever die of a 9/11 cancer, your wife is entitled to a very sizable award as well. So it's wonderful. You never waive your future rights. So I just want your viewers to be each other's advocates and spread the word. There is eligibility available. It's non-adversarial. The lawyers' fees, by the way, were set by Congress at 10%. So it's pretty reasonable, but you don't even need a lawyer. I'll be the first to admit it. I mean, there's a ton of paperwork, but
that's funny.
But when you say presumption, I just want to make it clear that means that if you get that type of cancer, they don't have to go proving it that it's related to 9/11. It's assumed, presumed,
right?
And they're
Thank you for clarifying that, because lawyers are idiots, and we tend to sometimes use words that we think everyone understands. Yes, there's an assumption that your cancer was caused by the toxic exposure. Now you need to prove you were there, and every year that goes by, let's face it, it gets harder and harder to find two witnesses to sign an affidavit saying, hey, Rich was there or John was there. I saw him. And then the Victim Compensation Fund calls those people just to verify, hey, did you really see Rich? Did you really see John? You did? Great. That's it. It's not very complicated. I just urge everyone, we worked so hard going to Washington, and I made only 25 trips, but there were a ton of union people who did many more than me.
Right.
We did the right thing. We got Congress to do the right thing. We just want people to take advantage of these programs and protect themselves.
Great information.
Before we let Michael go, and I just have to let the folks that watch our show know how much not just Barasch and McGarry, but Michael means to the Laughter Saves Lives Foundation. Anytime we need help, Barasch and McGarry is there. They are the title sponsor of not just this show, but our entire tour, and we cannot function without him. And I just wanted to say thank you.
Thank you.
The shows in Manhattan, he has physically come with half his office.
Yeah, but not to make anyone laugh, just to sit there and watch you make me laugh. So I can't tell you how much I appreciate what you do. I support a lot of organizations, as you know, and you are one of my favorites. So thank you for cheering people up. I really mean it. You guys are the greatest.
Thank you so much. Thank you for being there for us.
Happy New Year, guys. Love you.
You do great work. Michael Barasch, Barasch and McGarry, great guest.
Another hero.
Home run information. I would love to hear if somebody's out there write us and say, hey, I didn't know that. I called Michael. Yeah. And he said, I've had people call me and say, hey, a friend of mine whose husband passed away, an old friend from Middle Village back in the day. And she said, John, do you know anything? Can you help me with this? My husband has cancer. And I go, call Michael. That's all I need to know. And he took great care of them. And he passed away. Oh. So
Michael, at least she is taken care of in a way.
Yep.
Great.
Let's throw up a few flyers there, Bobby. February 3rd and 4th. February 3rd and 4th, Laughter Saves Lives.
I know.
Has been invited to open up a new comedy club. Oh, you're on that side. In New Jersey, called the Comedy Diner. Jim Indrinos, our friend, is nice enough. We're going to be taking the door for Laughter Saves Lives. It's going to be a great night. February 3rd and 4th. Walk is on the 4th, right?
The Saturday.
Alex Bradley, if you don't know him, I understand he's not that good. And
Alex
works here. He works here. He's hysterical. Whoa. February 7th will be in Long Beach at the, what is it called? The South Club. There it is. No, that's not it. That's the second show. And then we're at, what is that called, that club, Richie? I forgot to write it down. We'll be in Long Beach. We'll be in Long Beach.
Shore Club.
Shore Club. Very good.
Shore.
And who do we get on that show? We got Jeff Goldberg. We have
Shore House.
We have the very old, according to Butch Seltzer, Les Deegan on that show. And we have the very young Jack Clunan. And our fill-in guest host is on the show, Roseanne Sorrentino.
Look at that.
So that should be a fun night. And then February 10th, we're doing that benefit for Cat 6. It's a local family whose child suffers from a rare disease. Rich Walker is going to be headlining that show.
Wow.
Headlining. All right, let's bring in our next guest. All the way out from they say the left coast, right? Is that what they say?
Yeah.
One of our friends, big Hollywood actress out there. She's been in a lot of things, and she says a lot of other things going on.
Yeah.
She's going to tell us about it.
Yeah.
Her name is Mary Kennedy. She's a actress. Look at her. She's all up. What? Look.
The comedy firecracker.
Looking beautiful, Mary.
Hi, I'm calling you from my studio in Los Angeles where the magic happens. Look.
Excuse us. So happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. We've been talking through the holiday season. The conversations more go like, hi, Mary. And Mary says, John, it's the holidays. Sweet John. But
John is not stopped.
But Mary, John, we're opening up the presents. It's Christmas morning. Can you call me back next week? No, you know what? She takes my calls no matter when I call, even if she's busy. John, I'm busy. She's a sweetheart. So, what's going on? What are you working on? A few good things.
Well, yeah. So I did Welcome to Chippendales. You guys, you can see it on Hulu. Second episode, 4 Geniuses. Amazing cast. It's really exciting, and I got paid my rate to basically work with male strippers all day. I mean,
wow.
Almost like a show with Rich and I.
I used to be a Chippendales dancer.
Is that true? Really?
Chips Ahoy.
Chips Ahoy dancer.
Yeah. So I did that, and then my one-woman show, Midlife Mood Swing, because I'm in midlife and have mood swings.
Yeah.
Going to be at the White Fire Theater in Los Angeles.
I know. When I called you Christmas morning, you were a little moody.
Oh, thanks.
You know, when I called you Christmas morning, you were a little feisty there.
January 22nd, Los Angeles.
I didn't call you. Think I call? Mary, did I call you Christmas morning? No, it's more like 1 o'clock.
Yeah, it was 1 o'clock. I was moody though. But you guys, guess what? This will also have an on-demand thing, so people who miss it in Los Angeles will be able to catch it on an on-demand, which I'll tell you the info once I get it.
All right.
Absolutely, we will plug the crap out of that, without a doubt,
or at least mention it.
We will plug the crap out of it. We love Mary. You have been, you've been on our show a record amount of times.
Yes.
Did you know that?
I did not.
It's almost like Saturday Night Live. The guests that you've been on, like, how many times?
More 6. Than me.
More than
and
Rich.
I co-hosted.
Rich is off a lot. He gets a rash and he's got to be off.
Yeah. I said it's a sore.
Hi, Ann. So tell us, anything else going on? We can't talk specific, but we're working on something fun. You never know, right?
Right.
And I thank you for all the help you've given me, you and your team. Because I'm just a dopey fireman from Long Island.
Well, and listen, I was listening to Michael before I got on, and I got to tell you, that fund for everybody is really helpful. And you know why I love working with you guys. You have a great organization, Laughter Saves Lives. So I'll do anything. I'll do anything for you.
Well, in all seriousness, when I started this organization, it was very therapeutic. Got to do something to remember the guys, and it's grown. We're not huge, we're not really big, but we've got people like you who know about us, who believe in us, and help. And as you know, we're planning the trip out to LA. We're going to do at least 2 shows out in LA in a few months, which should be exciting for a number of reasons. So that should be fun. And hopefully some of our Hollywood friends we have made, like Obababa Tunde, will come and we'll bring, I love saying his name. My favorite name before that was Montreal Expos. I think he was a catcher. Batting 4th, the catcher, number 22, John Bach Abella. That was my favorite name before Obababa Tunde. Nice?
You're so good at this.
Yeah. Really good.
Anything else you want to tell us, Mary?
Dialect
Anything else?
coach.
How are the holidays?
The holidays were good. I have teenagers now, John.
That's right, I know.
So I barely see them. Like they show up maybe around 3:00 and ask where the food is.
Right.
But my husband and I did do well present-wise, so that worked out.
Oh, wow.
I got my nails done. I got a massage, so I got some good loot. We're just, we're relaxing. It's been cold in LA, everybody.
Yes,
and
I know.
It's been raining. There's snow up in the mountains.
Oh.
So
I am the worst gift receiver because I will immediately say we're returning this.
Yeah. Me too.
And this is
horrible.
This has happened over the years, and I'm very bad. I'm very embarrassed by it. But also, you got to put thought. You know what I'm saying? One year, and I've said this on the air before, so I apologize if I'm repeating myself. One year, this was the worst. This was probably the worst gift that my daughter ever gave me. She bought a violin type thing. What is the small ukulele?
Right.
For her boyfriend. It was $450.
What?
She paid. She paid. You know who paid, right? $450 for the ukulele. Here's what I got. I got a Met phone holder for a different phone that didn't fit my freaking phone. It was almost like they buy my gifts like this. They're walking. They never stop. They just wear, it has Mets on it. What is it? I don't know. Got to get something for Dad. So this year, my wife bought me a shuffleboard set.
Yeah.
Okay. No. Sounds nice. I hope she's not watching. Please, God. I hope she's not watching.
I'm sure she isn't.
It's a plastic one that you roll out. You know the board, the nice board that's concrete. No. You roll a piece of plastic out with little pucks, little freaking. You can't buy a half-ass, shuffleboard game. So that went back. That went back already. Amazon out.
Can I say one thing? I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mary. I'll go.
No. I just want to say for wives around this world, it's very hard to buy for our husbands. I got to tell you, it's very hard to read, you guys. But I got to tell you, John, if I looked at you, I would never say shuffleboard. Same thing with you, Rich. I wouldn't go shuffleboard.
Let me say one thing. Let me tell you how to read a guy. Don't buy anything. I tell my wife, don't buy me anything.
Really? No,
I don't want anything.
I like opening.
I don't want to open up a shirt. I got a short sleeve Laughter Saves Lives shirt.
There you go.
I don't want to wear that in the winter. In the summer, yes.
So, Mary, you know what you get, John? A box of lasagna. That's it.
No, I can't. My carbs are down 195 today at the doctor. My A1C is going to be going down. Everything's going down. My pants are falling off. I am freaking excited.
So if you got a box of lasagna for Christmas, you wouldn't eat it?
No. Paula made lasagna, and I ate too much. Can we
a half a tray of lasagna?
Can we do something funky? Let's leave Mary right on that screen because I want her to meet Sandy because they're both two of my favorite people.
Do me a favor. Before we do that, can we go to commercial and then we'll come right back?
No.
We have to. We have to. It's 1 minute.
Sorry, Mary.
Mary,
1 minute. Just stay there.
I'll stay. That's all right. I don't really. I'm not a busy Hollywood actress or anything.
After these messages.
We want Sandy.
Hi, I'm Gretchen Rossi.
And I'm Arthur Lee, the creator of LifeVac.
We're here today to announce that to date, LifeVac has saved hundreds of lives of people who almost died due to choking.
People may not realize that on average, 14 people a day die from choking-related incidents. Every 5 days, one of those lives is a child. That's why I created LifeVac.
And as a new mom, and from housewife to housewife, I felt compelled to share with you the discovery of this life-saving device.
LifeVac is a simple-to-use airway clearance device. Just place, push, and pull to save a life.
And it costs less than it would take to fill up your car with a tank of gas. Imagine being able to save a life for less than $70.
To learn more, please visit lifevac.net.
That's LIFEVAC.net.
Please don't allow one of your loved ones to become the victim of choking accidents.
Hey, we're back talking about crappy gifts our wives bought us. Let's bring in Sandy. Come on, where's Sandy? Sandy. There she is.
I never worked with Sandy before.
We're going to bring Mary back in a second, but let's give Sandy some FaceTime here. I love you.
I love you. Can you hear me?
I can. We can be a little louder, but.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
What were you cooking on the way in? I was coming in and you were cooking. What were you cooking?
I was channeling my Italian mother, and I was making escarole and beans.
Oh,
wow.
Escarole and beans.
She used to call it, hey, the scatole. Jeannie, I'm making the scatole, right? Yeah, I'm going to be gassy for a few days, but who cares? Who cares? Rich, it's nice to see your face. I know I've heard so many great things about you. So it's nice to see you. And Happy New Year.
And you know the shame of it? You're doing the show February 3rd at this place. He's doing it the 4th in the same place.
Oh, and we never met. We never met. It's like Harry met Sally.
Now, you in Jersey?
Jersey.
I'm in Jersey, yes.
Look at that. Well, maybe
I'm
our
working West Orange.
Yeah.
Sandy has been very, very good to Laughter Saves Lives. Always coming out, bam, home runs every time on stage. Great job. What did you get for Christmas? Did you get any stuff from my wife that you returned?
Listen, my friends think that it's time that I become domestic because, Rich, I'm hoping to get married, have about 4 or 5 kids. I'm still like a young budding actress, So my friends got me stainless steel pots, non-stick.
Wow.
They got me pots.
We love our stainless steel pots.
Yeah. I made the scatole in them tonight,
You're never going to go back to Teflon after that.
I got to settle down, Rich. I was a disco queen in the 80s and the 90s.
Wow.
Probably half of the 2000s, right? So I got to settle down now. I got to, start a family.
So you used to go to like the nightclubs and stuff in the 80s and 90s? I don't regret at all living in that era. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely. I know I had the secondhand smoke that I was breathing in, but I loved it. I loved it.
Me too.
I had the cystic acne. I had very bad skin. I had it was like a bolt I used to make it up like an eye, and still I was giving out my phone number.
Wow. See.
Do you remember the Limelight?
Yes, in Hackensack.
No, the one in Manhattan, the church.
Oh, no. I went there once to the Limelight. Yeah, there's one in Jersey, but.
Okay, my firehouse was right down the block.
So I went out
and I bought some new clothes one night. He said, I'm going out. I went out by myself to the Limelight. Never been before. Really wasn't a club guy. I got passed around like I ran out of that place, I think, crying. I'm like, what's going on? I'm getting mugged. I'm getting, but it was fun. It was fun.
You were the other white meat over there in the Limelight.
Let's pop Mary on real quick, all right? Because I know you guys can't see the clock, but we're running.
Bring her on.
Absolutely.
I want Sandy to meet Mary.
Hi, Mary. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. It's good to see you.
Now, Mary comes up once in a while to do shows and stuff. So hopefully one day you guys will meet each other. But you're two of my favorite people. Just always. You walk away from the conversations and you feel like, hey, that was good. That was productive.
Yeah, uplifting.
Sometimes you talk to people like, and she's always so sweet. Always love my family, Sandy. Oh, I love your family.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. And we feel the same about him, right, Mayor?
Yeah, his family. He's like
family.
He's like the older brother who I can't buy any gifts for because he doesn't like any of them.
That's why she's a little moody.
I got 14 pickleballs because I started playing pickleball.
Nice.
Let's fill his stocking with something.
The bag of pickleballs.
I got a box of pickleballs. Defective, I think, pickleball. No, I still got some good gifts, but I'm trying to remember what they were. But I got some good. Oh, I got a nice overnight red travel bag. Beautiful. Love it. Love it. Good gift. Home run. That was my wife got that. That was great.
But John, and I know you guys are running out of time, but are you a good gift giver?
Who?
You.
No, I'm Mary, I'm smart. When I was a fireman, a hazmat guy, right?
Yeah.
There were different situations that you don't come upon often. I knew who to call who knew the answer. I wouldn't BS anybody and go, hey, let's do this. So what do I do for my wife? I bring out my daughters and say, what will she like? Here's the credit card. And then I went with my little one 2 days before Christmas to Macy's, and I said, your mother needs clothes. She's always wearing the same crap. Let's just go crazy and buy her some clothes. So we did that. But I like that. You strike. I said to her, if I struck out, bring it back, get something you like.
See, I go, my kids, I said, your mom needs a new vacuum cleaner. You know?
She only has 2. She's taking too long.
We have one upstairs, one downstairs. We do.
What's the best gift you got, Sandy? Best gift you got?
Listen, the best gift I got, you know what? I got earrings from my sister and her family. Really nice earrings. They're not on now, but you know, wonderful, good stuff, you know. And I like anything. I like the gift cards because I like to do what I want to do.
Right.
So when someone gives me cash or gifts, I'm very happy. That's where I'm kind of like a hooker, you know. I'll just give me the envelope of money and let me know that I worked for it nicely, right? But I have to say this, one of the greatest gifts, John, because it's the new year, and Rich, I mean this, I'll mean it when I meet you as well, was really being able to work with Laughter Saves Lives. It's been life-changing. It's been life-changing.
Thank you. You know what? And we all learn, right? Yes. We all learn. And I learned that hookers now take gift cards, which I was not aware of.
Leave the money
I was not aware of that. Did you know that?
I'm sure they take anything.
You paused.
Sandy and I are going to go
to take Dunkin' Donut cards.
I'll take that.
Mary, we're going to have a cocktail one day. We're going to talk about Laughter Saves Lives. You right? It's wonderful organization. I love it, John. You're doing, you know, I always tell you make a difference. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
And, you know, it's fun. It's fun making a difference. It feels good. You're working with great comics.
Yes.
It's just, and this guy, I bust his balls a lot. I break his shoes, and he's always there. He's always there for me doing a show. We're doing the show February 10th.
I'm always open.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not like I would be there,
which is nice. When you have a show and you go, I know Rich is going to be available. You know, it's a nice feeling.
Open your book.
Yeah. Some comics are booked, but Richie's always available.
You know how bookers call you and they go, are you available? He just goes,
February 10th.
10th, be there.
Richie's doing the show February 10th. We're doing a show for Cat 6, a young child who has a rare disease right in the local community.
Yeah.
You know, and Richie stepped up. He goes, you don't have to pay me. You know, you don't have to pay me. And I'm so used to that. I said, yeah, all right.
Yeah.
You know, but it's going to be fun.
And then, by the way, I have a gig. I'm not going to pay you. No, go ahead.
So it looks like Sandy's with us February 3rd, though.
Yes, I am, and I'm looking forward to it, John. You know, I always love working with you. You're upbeat, you're positive, and again, at the end of the day, these are wonderful, wonderful shows that you're doing, and they make a difference. So I'm so proud to be a part of it.
Mary's done a few. Mary flew up from LA just to do the shows, right, Mary?
Yep, and hopefully we're going to get John out in California. We're going to do shows up here. So.
Yeah, we're going to have some fun with some old friends. We'll put some old friends on that show, New Yorkers, and we'll knock them dead. Any websites, Sandy, that you want people to go to check you out? Facebook, what?
Well, I'm on Facebook, you know, Sandy Ehlers, and I'm also Sandy Ehlers Comic on Instagram. I've been starting to do TikTok a little bit, you know.
I want to do that,
that. You know, and I'm just, you know, trying to keep myself out there. You know, Sandy Talk, I've stopped it now, but now I'm going to do something different in the morning called, you know, Talk 10 Talk, which is 10 minutes of Sandy Talk, because everything's moving quick now and everybody's back at work, right? So just a little bit of me, enough to like aggravate everybody and let the day go good.
Yep, Mary?
You can follow me on Instagram and Facebook at M Kennedy Comedy.
If somebody wanted to call you directly, you have the phone number. I'm just kidding. Did you see? I don't know if you saw. I got 30 seconds. My first viral video. Did you see the dance video?
Oh, I saw that. How many hits?
It had,
yes.
Did you see it? It was my daughter doing "Made You Look." What are you? The what's the name song?
The Meghan Trainor song.
Yes. So my daughter was doing it properly, My son had practiced, and they asked me to join in, and I'm looking like it is. And the baby was laying on the floor and got up and started dancing out of nowhere. And it was just perfect timing. All right, we got to go. We'll see you next week. Thank you, Mary.
Thank you,
Sandy.
everyone.
Thank
Bye.
you,
Mary.
Bye, Mary.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Good night, everybody.
Old leather gloves, we're slapping in hams. Popcorn and peanuts, we're working the stands. Pink cotton candy, love on a stick. Who's chasing the beer? The circle the lips, play ball. Play ball. Load up the bases and smack it right over the wall. Play ball. Play ball.